Hello guys, welcome to today's stream. This is an additional stream where we don't normally have streams this late anymore, as some of you guys know, but today's a special stream because today we are currently doing a raid train. So there's been a bunch of different artists before us, and if you guys want to check out all of the other artists who took part, go and check out my Twitter. Hello Dover! Hello, what are you doing up? Isn't it like 5:30 for you? You're not meant to be here. What are you doing? So, sorry. Today I decided to paint Humpty. So some of you guys might remember we did the different pose of Humpty. But yeah, hopefully, you know, we can finish this one up tonight, and then we've only got one pose for this page left, so not too much to go. I think I'm gonna need some fresh water soon. Almost 6 AM. What are you doing, Dover? What are you doing? How are you gonna get up for work tomorrow? I don't know what you're doing. You're so crazy. Okay, so first thing I gotta do, I'm gonna get my other one out for reference. Just because it's nice to know what I'm working towards. So I'll show you guys the other pose we did before. So these are the two different poses. So the previous one we did had Humpty sort of falling down, and you know, today we're going to do the other pose, hopefully looking as similar as we possibly can get. I'm just gonna quickly change my lighting, so give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, the lighting was just overexposing really badly. Hopefully soon we won't have that problem anymore, because we're gonna you know, we've got our donation goal getting close, and you know, soon we're gonna have enough for that beautiful new webcam. So, well, new proper DSLR camera. It's not a webcam. You mean it's Sunday morning, so you decided to just stay awake to join me? That's no good, Dover. That's no good. You need your weekends to catch up on sleep, though. You really, really do. Okay, so hang on, I'm not recording this for my YouTube. There we go. So I'm gonna start with the background because that's gonna make my whole life easier. So let us do that. I also need some fresh water at some point because I'm running out of water. And I'm also running out of room in my little palette over here. I don't think I've got a new plastic palette that's clean. I think they're all used up for acrylics, unfortunately. I really need to invest in like a nice porcelain palette for, you know, my watercolors. It's really gonna make my life so much easier. Wistmore, how are you doing? It's okay, you'll finish the rest of your work by afternoon and get some rest. Why are you working on weekends? That crazy Facebook, they're overworking you so badly. You shouldn't be working on weekends. Okay, so I think I'm definitely gonna need to clean one of these palettes out because I'm not gonna have enough room to mix up some beautiful pink, and I don't want this to look purples. I'm gonna try and clear this out. I'm also just gonna pop out and grab some fresh water, so give me 1 second. Oh, it's actually for uni assignments. Okay. Well, you're very, very busy. Like, you've got way too much on, Dover. How are you today, Wismore? How's your weekend going? Okay, so I'm gonna mix up some beautiful pink. This time I'm gonna see if I can tone it down just a little. Like, not grey, but I just want, like, a toned down pink. The other one was just slightly too vibrant. So we're trying not to go too crazy. Aline, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Thank you. How are you doing today? Alright, so let us see, is this dark enough? I'm gonna just pop that one somewhere where I can probably see it. It's not gonna fall off on me as well. Helene, hello! Whereabouts are you from? Okay, that is super, super dark. We don't want to go that dark. That is unfortunately a bit much. I really want to try and get like a palette cam for you guys at some point. I feel like palette cams are cool. I like watching palette cams, so yeah. That has gone slightly too dark, I reckon. I don't know. It just looks purplish, I guess. And we don't want to go purple. Or is it just me and it's not really looking that purple? I don't know. Maybe I had some orange in previously. And that's how I got it looking fresh. We'll try and add some more orange. Because I'm looking for a very warm, peachy kind of pink as well. You're from the Netherlands. That's cool. What time is it over there right now? I'm not too sure. Because, normally I don't stream at this time, so currently I don't know what time zones it is for everybody. You know when it's my normal stream time, what time it is around the world, but right now, it's not the normal time zone, so I'm a little out of the loop. I'm not too sure if that's the right pink though. It looks like it's a good color pink, but whether it's the same pink we had here, I don't know. Maybe I should just go for it, you know? Raven, hello, how are you? Alex, how are you doing? It's 1 PM over there? Okay, got it. Well, that's a nice time. That's a really, really nice time. Oh yeah, because like, I guess the time that the raid train was scheduled should be sort of Euro time. I don't really remember, so... Okay. I'm going to wet this. And then we're slowly going to do a gradient. You're doing well? That's good. That's good. How have you been this weekend? Like, what have you been up to? Grab, thank you so much for that raid. Guys, please can we have a good shout out for Anagrav? Anagrav was in the raid train and came just before me. So please, please, please go give Anagrav a good follow. Check out their stream and also give them lots and lots of love, please. They've been kind enough to, you know, send their family our way. Thank you so much, Anagrav, for following the raid train with me. Who did you get raided by? Was it Meowers, I reckon? Meowers, you're here too. I love your little cat. Is it like a cat ghost or what is it? Guys, both Meowers and Anagrav are part of the raid train that I'm taking part in today. So if you could please go and check out the rest of the raid train. I've shared some details about it on my Twitter as well, so if you're keen to take part, maybe check that out and you could be part of the next raid train yourself. But also go check out the artists who take part in it because it's really, really awesome. It's trying to raise awareness, you know, for artists on Twitch as well, so it's a really cool thing. It's a cryptid maybe. Well, that's cool, that's cool. Kimmy! Hello! Guys, can we please have a shout out for Art of Kimmy as well? Kimmy is currently hosting the raid train for us, so she has been kind enough to organize everything. There we go, guys. Please go give Kimmy a follow as well. She has put so much effort into following everyone up and, you know, just organizing this whole thing. It's so kind of her. She's doing it all on her own time. So please go give her some love as well and follow her channel. Her art is beautiful. I was on her stream the other day and she has some really awesome artwork. That shout out animation is amazing. I've actually seen a couple of streamers starting to use that, so it's pretty cool. Doba, thank you so much for gifting Kimmy a sub. Really appreciate that. That is so cool. How the heck do I do the shout out animation? Damn, I can DM you, Kimmy. It's a widget that I've added to Stream Elements. So yeah, I can definitely send you a link on how to do that. I think a few people have started using that on Twitch, so it's definitely not that uncommon. But guys, today we are working on Humpty Dumpty. So I'm currently illustrating all the different poses of Humpty. This is actually for a children's book that I'm working on. So hopefully by the end of the time, the whole thing will be illustrated. So this is Humpty falling down from the sky. And so today we are illustrating the other pose of him falling. I've got a third one as well. So if you guys want to go to my YouTube channel, you can see all of the process pieces, like all of these sketches being created actually. I'll drop a link to my socials on YouTube. But yeah, we've been working on that for a while now. Oh, sorry, Dover already beat me to it. Thanks, Dover. So cute. Thank you. Thank you. You love my style so much. It's so classic. Thank you. What kind of art do you like to make? Yeah, how can we go without Dover? Like, Dover is the awesomest mod you guys could ever find. Trust me. I don't know what I would do without Dover. The whole stream would collapse, guys. The whole stream would. So what were you guys working on Anagrav's stream just before you raided? Let me know. I wanna see the work. And if you want to drop a link to your socials as well, Anagrav, please feel free to do so. We love to share our other artists' work on this stream, and yeah, share away. That's totally awesome if you could. So I've just mixed up some paint before, and fingers crossed is going to be the same colour as I had before. So far I'm hopeful. So far it's looking really, really similar. And I am so, so happy because it's not always the easiest thing trying to match up colors, especially if you're mixing them on like totally different days and you don't even remember what you did before, you know? It can be so tricky. You can drop a link to a screenshot and your portfolio if I like. Yeah, please do, Anagraph, please do. I'm guessing you're a digital artist as well. I was on your stream a little bit earlier, but yeah, I was really busy trying to get this printed so I could start the watercolor piece today. So I didn't see a heap of your work, so if you would like to explain away what your art is about, and let us know, that would be awesome. Is this watercolor? Yes, it is, Isabel, it is. This is super good, thank you. Let us have a look, let us have a look. Oh my goodness, I love the composition you chose. That is so beautiful. Super, super lovely. Is this for a video game or what is this for? It looks like it could make really cool video game art. Scriber, hello! You're on your phone, not normally on at this time, but you woke up early. Well, this is not my normal stream time either, Scriber, so, it's a bit unusual, we'll still be on same time tomorrow as well, but, I'm fitting in an extra stream because today is special. Today we're actually doing a raid train stream, which is part of the artist raid train. If you guys want to check out more of it, I've posted a lot of information on my Twitter. So please join that Discord and follow all the other artists in the raid train. That would be awesome. Thank you for the follow, Richie Crypt. Really appreciate that. And everyone else who followed as well. Thank you. Watercolors are tricky for you? Well, they can be so temperamental, right? You really can. It's ridiculous. They really do have a mind of their own, you know, and if you don't follow it and do what they want, it really can feel like it just runs away with you, and yeah, nothing much you can do about that when it does, right? But I'm just starting slow, so if I start slow, it'll all work out. You've been here the whole time. You're very sneaky. Yeah, I definitely can imagine. You're lurking. You must be like one of those pro lurkers. Well, we're very happy that you came out from the depths and actually said hello and didn't just stay in lurk mode all the time. Even though we do appreciate lurkers over here, it's lovely when, you know, people get to introduce themselves and say hello. You've only just crawled into today. You just need a ton of coffee now. So what time is it there? You should probably introduce yourself as well. Well, yes, that would be great, Drago. How are you and where are you from? This is looking great, thank you. You just love my stuff on Instagram. Seriously, I am so good. Thank you, Kimmy, thank you. You're way too kind and just, I don't know. Thank you so much for everything you're doing for all the other artists on Twitch. I really appreciate that. It's 12:10 p.m. So how has your day only just started? Night Owl, hello, how are you? Hope you're well. Alright, my cam is spazzing out properly. But let us see. So, I don't know, I still need it to go darker because the previous version is slightly darker than this version. So I need to do like another run over it, but I don't want to mess with the paper if it's still too wet, so we'll see. I might start mixing up the little ribbon as well, because we won't really be interfering with the rest of the painting if I do that. And I want to get like a muted, murky looking pink for that. I said I printed this before painting on like an inkjet printer. Yes, exactly, Sibel. So I drew it and then I scanned it in, cleaned it all out, and then I printed it on my watercolor paper. It just saves me a lot of time to have to redraw the whole thing. I'm lazy, so I take the shortcuts that I can. It's 7:11 a.m. for you. Are you in the States, Scriber? You were up late arguing on the internet. Wow, that's how it goes, you know? When you live that online life, what can you do? That is the ideal color, guys. That is exactly the color that I wanted for this bit. Yeah, you're in the States. Are you East Coast or West Coast? We have the lazy artist here. You can relate. This is why you do digital art on stream. Can't be bothered to set up stuff for traditional art. Like for streaming, do you mean? Or like just the whole process of taking out paints and everything, is that too much for you? Like, I remember for me it used to be a process in the past, but I feel like once you do it a lot, it doesn't really cross your mind anymore, to be honest. It just feels like picking up the tablet, really. And I know that, you know, traditional art setup for streaming can be quite tricky as well. Like, you need 2 cameras, you need really good lighting, and it can be so hard to get the lighting right for your face and also have it right for your art. So yeah, it's not always the easiest process, but hey, we do what we can, right? We do what we can. Yeah, for streaming, but also the whole process of taking out paint and that kind of stuff. I know, so that used to be like really off-putting for me as well in the past. I feel like I always used to be, oh, but I need to go open my paints, I need to pour the paint out. And I feel like it really got to me at some point, but I think if you just keep doing it over time, your paints sort of just stay ready. Like, if you're working with oils, your paints just stay wet if you frequently art. And with watercolors, it really isn't much of a process because the paints are pretty much always ready for you. Smart moves right there, saves time, and you can get a super clean sketch. Exactly. And you don't have to worry about like too much graphite on the paper, or like the graphite making the paint, mixing in with the paint and making the paint sort of smudgy. Yeah, I really feel like it's a much easier process. Look alright, somebody on Reddit said that Toadie and Melanie aren't suited for each other, and you were simply saying that with everything Toadie has been through, with Sonia's death, he should just be happy, and if Carl and Susan can get behind it, then so can we. It was the whole thing. Are you meaning like Melanie Martinez, or which Melanie? I don't know which Melanie you're talking about. You do traditional, not on stream, but if you want to stream, you just want to sit down and do art. Well, that makes sense, yeah. Like, I know that streaming can actually be quite an intrusive process to arting. Like, if you find that it's making you not want to paint anymore, then definitely don't. Definitely stop. Like, I stopped streaming a couple of years ago when streaming just took all the joy out of making art for me, because I had so little time to make art at the time, and I felt like whenever I was arting, I was only doing it on streams, and it was just sucking all the life out of it for me. So eventually I stopped streaming, and I still kept arting. Things just got a lot better, so definitely keep that in mind. No problem. It's early, guess, for other time zones. I don't know. I don't know what time zone it is for everybody, but I feel like this is a pretty convenient time zone for most people. Probably not everyone in the States, but right now it's like almost 9 p.m. here in Australia, so you know, it's not too bad. You're on the East Coast. Okay, gotcha. You realize I am the only female artist today, and yesterday Joash was the only male artist yesterday. Oh my goodness, that's kind of a switch over, isn't it? That's pretty crazy. I have yet to go check out everybody's streams. I've just been so busy. I haven't had time to go down the list and just try and check everybody out, but I've been following a couple people, which is awesome. Diversity. Yeah, well, what a mix-up, right? We've definitely nailed, like, the one of each in each day, right? Our traditional love how it looks like, but always takes a lot of time. It does, yeah, it does. Well, like, you've got to be more patient with traditional art to an extent, because you need to let it dry. Like, with watercolors, you can at least, you know, wait for it to dry. And also, if you're lazy, or impatient, you can always go for like a hairdryer or whatnot, and that helps a lot. Like, I did that on my stream on I think Friday. I used my hairdryer, so good scheduling there, Kimmy. Exactly. It was just slow, to be honest. This artist takeover is so good to meeting more people. It is. I know. It's so cool. Super glad I stream and do art. I'm a very talented, hardworking, and you adore my stuff. Plus, it's so nice and relaxing here. Oh, thanks, Kimmy. Thank you. Unfortunately, you'll never be able to make my normal art streams, probably, because, like, they're so early for you. I don't know. It's just gonna be a nightmare. Like, I think my normal stream time, there's about an hour left when it's like 7:30 a.m. in Europe. So it's, yeah, it's not easy. But hey, I used to try and stream at night, and it was just way too hard. I tried so much to keep it up, but it just wasn't working for me, you know, like, the timing was just too much. I just found that I was a lot more alive during the daytime, so ever since I switched my stream schedule over to the mornings, things have just gotten a lot better. To be fair, yeah, taking breaks is a good idea. You're coming back from your break today, no pressure. What, like a streaming break? Are you meaning a streaming break or what? Well, I took like a many years break, actually. Not just a break. I thought I would never be streaming again. I took like a good long cut. You make sure you make art off stream. With digital art, it feels like stream is motivating you, and off stream, you love to just chill and do some art you like, regardless if it's entertaining or not. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that definitely does make sense. And you know, as long as you're still getting enjoyment out of it, if you feel like the streams are motivating you, then keep that up, because that's great. All I meant was it was demotivating me at one point, and yeah, I feel like if you realize that, then maybe take a break and just do art for you. As long as you're making art, that's what's important. Oh my gosh, Kimmy, thank you so much for the donation. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm missing so much chat. I'm so sorry, guys. Hello, Vibrat. How are you? How's your day been? Looks like you have to change your sleep schedule. You mean whatever sleep schedule means? Well, yeah, I know the feeling, because I had like no sleep schedule when I was streaming at night. It was ridiculous. Absinthe! Finally a stream in your time zone, right? Guys, you have to check out Absinthe's art. Absinthe is crazy, crazy good with watercolors, and he recently got sponsored by Schminky. So if you want some Schminky advice or just want to see what Schminky can do, go and check out Absinthe's streams, guys. Kimmy, you can hook up with this special Colombian blend that'll keep you going all night. Sounds like good stuff, Rich Crip. Sounds like good stuff. You do whatever works best for you. Seriously, it's better that way. I agree, Kimmy. I definitely agree. Like, at first I was trying to figure out, like, when's the best time when maybe there aren't other streamers streaming, or, you know, when I can raid other people, or when other people can raid me, and eventually I just realized, you know, I gotta find something that's consistent for me, and that I can keep up long term, because, yeah, it's just too hard. Gonna get dinner, be right back. No worries, Mowers. You just meant like a couple of weeks of streaming, but that makes sense too. Maybe you'll do a longer break one day, just depends. Well, yeah, exactly. Like, if you don't need a longer break, that's great. Kimmy, just thank you so much again for contributing to the camera donation that we've got going. We're really getting close to it, and yeah, it's gonna make my life heaps easier. Because during the daytime, this room gets so lit up, and it's ridiculously bright, so the camera just tends to overexpose. Luckily, at night, I don't have that problem. Sorry guys, my chat is freezing. I don't know why it's gotten to this point. It's been doing it for a bunch of streams, and then I can't read chat for a while. Hopefully it'll stop soon. Well, once this fade bit is done, guys, it's gonna be so much easier to do the rest. Because I won't have to worry about the paint constantly drying. The rest of the bits don't really need that attention to drying detail, I guess, so it's gonna be heaps better. I really need to get myself masking fluid. I don't have any, and it's ridiculously hard on some pieces. This one's fine, but some pieces can be so temperamental if you don't have masking fluid. No worries, Absinthe. You deserve it. You really do. Dover! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the donation as well. Really appreciate it. Is the thing reading out donations or not really? Or did you guys not put messages in? Stream Elements is thus? How come? How come? Masking fluid is a godsend. I know, I know. I don't know, I just haven't gotten around to getting myself any. Like, it's one of those very simple things that you can get, and just... To be fair, I haven't actually gone to a physical art shop in quite a while now, like... They kind of sold out of a lot of stuff during COVID as well, so I couldn't really get much anymore. Nidell, thank you so much for the host. So I have a stream full right now? What do you mean? Oh my gosh, Absinthe, thank you so much for tipping the donation. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. My style really reminds you of Mark Ryden's work. Was he an influence to you? Well, Rich Hope, that's... Yeah, I love Mark Ryden. Actually, a lot of Pop Surrealist artists are definitely huge favorites of mine. Like, Mab Graves is... Mark Ryden's wife, what's her name again? No, not Mariel Larkin. I can never remember Mark Ryden's wife's name. But yeah, her style as well. I love Benjamin Lacombe's work, and yeah, quite a few different other artists as well. Like, do I have a job on the side as I stream, or I stream as my full-time job? Sorry, you should have made that clearer. No worries. I was wondering, like, do you mean I have a full stream? Like, can no one else join, or what? Yeah, no, I definitely do stream full-time at the moment. Yeah, Marion Peck, thanks, Richie. So yeah, I stream full-time at the moment. Obviously it's not really, you know, paying as it should right now, but the idea is hopefully eventually it will get there. So for the time being, I'm trying to work hard on getting it to work. I'm also selling prints on my store, and a bunch of other different things. I've got a Patreon, so basically the way my Patreon works currently is if you want to, if you pledge, you get to choose one character or one object or anything of your choosing that I will add to our community drawing. So every month I have a community drawing, and all my patrons and my mods here can add to the community drawing that we all get to work together on. So if you want to take part in that, you are very welcome to do so. Thank you, Dover. Thank you so much for the donation. Really, really appreciate that. That's so kind of you. You're like endlessly supportive. Well, currently it is looking, I mean, the colors and everything are fairly similar to the previous version we did. I'm quite happy. Definitely quite happy. I do want to soften up some of these edges. We don't want that many. So try and just soften those up. Maybe a little down the bottom as well, if that can still dry, I don't know. I kind of forgot where we added the clouds on this one. I don't remember. You've always been taught to tape the paper down for watercolors. Can you ask why I don't do this? It also doesn't look like my paper is curling that much either. Well, one, I don't do it because I'm lazy, and also two, this is 300 GSM paper, so it is curving a little bit, if you can see. It's not perfectly straight, but I just find what I do afterwards is I put two really heavy pieces, like two heavy books on top of it, and that flattens the whole thing out afterwards. I just don't like the whole taping thing, because I like to maneuver my painting around, you know, like I guess you can tape it to a movable piece of cardboard if you really do want to do that. I just find it an unnecessary process, really. You love this? Rest in pieces? Yeah, Kimmy is currently resting in pieces, guys, so tread carefully because she's lurking. My Zoe piece with the plant is amazing. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you so much. I have to ship one of those out to a customer this week, actually. Somebody bought one off my Etsy store, and it's the first one that somebody bought. I was like really surprised. Not that it's not a great piece, just like, you know, normally when I get a first order of one, I'm like, ooh, somebody finally got this one. Okay, so time to do his pants, guys. And I need to go a lot lighter than that. Thank you so much for the follow, Passerone. Why hasn't your name shown up? That is weird. I also don't use that much water. If you use more water or even paint wet in wet, you should tape it, because then even 300 GSM paper will crumble to an extent that pressing will not save it. Yeah, exactly right, Absinthe. I really like barely use any water, so I'm fairly lucky. Like I'm mainly just coloring, I think. So I mean, you could. I'm just one of those lazy people, and you probably should, you know. I'm just extremely... I guess I don't like having anything that sort of takes the drawing process away from me when I start painting, and I find that to get in the way, which is kind of the main reason why I don't do it. But I should. I definitely should. Because then I don't have to really press it, right? Mr. Random, thank you. Hello. Glad you've stopped by. Thank you for following everywhere, by the way. Oh, Kimberly Pickett, thank you so much for subbing to YouTube. Guess that's you, Kimmy. How are you, Mr. Random? Have you had your stream or are we raiding you? Hang on, I need to figure out who we are raiding soon. I did check earlier, but now I forgot the name, so I will go double check. That way I can get all of you guys hyped up to go raid them soon, right? That would be super, super awesome. Alright, so it does look like we are raiding Drago. Oh, that is you who subbed to YouTube. You're happy to be here, thanks for the welcome. Well, no worries, Mr. Random Knees. How was your stream? Or are you having your stream? No, you're having your stream soon. You're after Kaiser. So it's Drago and then Kaiser and then it's you. We all have our own process and it's okay to break the rules once you understand them. Well, exactly, like as long as you know the consequences, it's fine. Right? You've got to know the consequences. Which I unfortunately do. I just don't listen to them. But hey, it works out, so it's all good. It's like 4 hours. You love my accent, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, that is quite a wait. So hopefully everybody sticks around to see all of the rest of the stream. You saw this Humpty Dumpty in a thumbnail and you were drawn to it. Wonderful stuff. Well, thank you, Brat. Thank you. Are you a traditional artist yourself? It's called Australian Ajar. What is Australian Ajar? I don't know. Alright, so I feel like, guys, if you look at the previous watercolor bees, it's almost getting there, but we need to go a little darker with the blue. It's not just there yet. But that's okay. We'll work on that. We'll darken that up. Also, I went to art school with Cesar. I did, and she's always been amazing at drawing dragons, even back then. You didn't want to imply I'm doing something wrong there, only pointing out why it works for her, while the usual advices say different. Yeah, that's definitely, I didn't take it that way at all, Absinthe. But trust me, even in saying that, there have been times when I'm like, I wish I'd just taped this down, you know? I should have taped this down. Don't get me wrong, I have my regret moments as well. So, I feel like I am going way too fresh of a blue. It looked fine before, but like, I don't know, now it's just not quite looking the same. I think I need more grey. I feel like what Absinthe said is like true of a lot of things about art, you know? They're not necessarily things that you do wrong, but they will make your life a ton easier if you do them the right way. Like the recommended tips are there for a reason. So if you don't know what you're doing, probably stick to them because they will make your life a heap easier. Definitely. You got to meet Cesar like 2 years ago. You miss her. In real life? That is so cool. Where'd you meet her? Thank you for joining our Vampire Tea Party, Kensha. How are you? You just googled kookaburras and oh my, they're so cute. What are my thoughts on them? We have a bunch outside our house and they are so cool. We actually have a magpie, and so if you guys don't know, magpies can actually imitate the sounds of other birds. So if you know what a kookaburra sounds like, they laugh, and it's a very well-known, very distinct sound. You can't mistake it for any other bird. But this one day I woke up and I heard something outside and it just didn't sound normal. It was a kookaburra, but it sounded off, like something was wrong with it. And I looked outside and I couldn't figure it out. And there I saw like 4 or 5 kookaburras. And alongside them, there was a magpie trying to make the same sounds as they did. It was so strange. You love birds. So do I. Do you have a bird of your own, Mr. Random? Nice work, and you love my shirt. Thank you, Sparrow Cap. Thank you. I actually am painting the second version of my Humpty Dumpty character, just in a different pose. So yeah. You want to come to Australia for the birds alone? We do have such a variety, don't we? Like, especially parrots. Kookaburras are great until they start going off at 6 AM outside your window. That's true, that's true. Luckily, we have kookaburras, but they don't do that here. Sparrowcap, thank you for the follow. Please sit down and join our Vampire Tea Party. We're very happy to have you here. Okay, so now guys, I need to mix up this sort of egg color. It's gonna be tricky. Because I don't know what I did last time to get the proper egg color. So I'm just gonna have to wing it and hope for the best. So I'm gonna put the other one there and just sort of test. I feel like I may need a little more orange. And hopefully this is the right egg color. That's gone too pink. We're just gonna have to mix it until we get the right one. That could be it. I feel like that's a good egg color. He's looking a little bit pale, but we'll work on that. He won't stay pale forever. We'll fix up his sort of gothic complexion and make him look a little bit more alive soon. The camera frame I have as well is so cool. We love the effect. Thank you. I actually spent quite a while trying to get that working the way it does. It just wouldn't, like, it wouldn't figure, like, I couldn't figure out the green screen. It would always keep showing these green bits until I turned it to grayscale, like, added a grayscale effect afterwards, and then it was fine. You have a whole bunch of birds in your backyard despite being right in the center of Germany's second largest city. There are two mockingbirds, jays, woodpeckers, magpies. It's like in a Disney movie. Still, the jays are vandalous birds. They behave like drunken teenagers. Really? Aren't jays those like, what do they call them? Aren't they like bluish birds? I don't know, they don't seem all that British to me. Maybe that's because I don't live with them. Hopefully I don't make Humpty look like an actual orange and I make him look like a proper egg. We'll see how we go. So far it's looking okay, so I'm hopeful. Maybe Christine, thank you so much for the follow. How are you? I've been to your stream before. You missed my stream yesterday, but caught the VOD. Hope Christine had fun. When your mum met your stepdad, you had 12 lovebirds, and they are so sweet. That is so cute. Do you guys still have birds? Thanks, but what is Vampire Tea Party actually? It's just basically what we do hanging out here. So basically we're just a bunch of little vampires hanging out, doing our thing, and you're very welcome to join us. You thought that as I did the orange, but you have zero knowledge about watercolors. Well, it does dry a lot, you know, a lot lighter than you put it down, which is at times pretty convenient. So I'm fairly lucky in the sense that we haven't actually had that problem yet. So yeah, as long as you know that it dries lighter. And also, if you mix a lot of water with it, it tends to be fine. So there's that. Watercolors are so hard. You're so impressed with people that know how to use them right. They're very tricky. They definitely are. I feel like I agree with you. They are definitely the hardest paint medium, I think. Like, everybody says oils are so hard, but I don't feel like that's true. I feel like watercolor has so many things that you can do with it. Like, you can do bleeds like this with it. You can do soft blends with it. And you can do, like, add a drop of water and make it lighter. You can, you know, use salt with it. All kinds of different techniques. And I feel like oils don't have all of that. You know, yes, oils are tricky too, but I definitely feel like watercolors are a league of their own. I really do. think I need to add some pink to his cheeks as well. So we'll try and make both these little cheeks beautiful and blush. I don't think the paper has quite dried yet, unfortunately. And I'm trying to do bleeds with it. Not the best idea. Now, I also did add some green, a sort of faint greenish tone to his t-shirt last time. Or his shirt, I should say. Just to break the whiteness, I didn't want to have this really vibrant white. I wanted something a little toned down. Well, glad to hear you're good, babe, Christine. I'm good too. Sadly not, but you have a kitten. That sounds so cute. I've seen your kitten. She looks like a handful. Like she looked really passive in the picture, in your video on Twitch, but I don't feel like she's always that quiet. I feel like for some reason, that was her in a bit of a abnormal state. You haven't painted traditional stuff in like 2 years, and you're gonna do a gouache painting now. Wish you luck. That is awesome. Are you gonna do that on stream? Work light to dark also, but where it's hard to go too dark or you can't undo. Exactly, that's great advice, Mr. Random. Definitely do go, you know, go light to dark. Because yeah, as soon as you've hit that threshold, you can't go lighter again. Can't undo. What you lay down is laid down. And that's just that. It's okay, sometimes you gotta give in to that good sleep, but stream was good, worked on the new piece you intended to put up as a print. That is awesome. I gotta go check it out. You have tried acrylic and oils and watercolor was the hardest and most frustrating. It definitely is. When you don't understand what the paint's doing, it can be real frustrating. Like, even at times when I feel like I do already understand, I still feel like, what on earth is this paint doing? You know, I don't get it. Well, I'm gonna make his shoes blue just so I have a nice underpainting color. And I should have used a smaller brush for this because I'm making my life so hard. But hey, we learn the hard way, don't we? And I'm also gonna add some green. In your opinion, they're not more tricky than other materials. Like every technique, it takes a bit to learn. Well, I know absinthe, but I still feel like watercolors aren't very forgiving. Like with acrylics and with oils, you can just like, you know, keep layering. Whereas with watercolors, if you stuff up, your whole piece is done for, you know. You miss watercolors, but you're happy sketching for now. You need to buy watercolors later. Why don't you just get yourself another set, Dover? I feel like you'd really enjoy getting back into that. Or are you just waiting till you've got more time not studying and not working? Because you work so hard. You read somewhere that painting with oils is like having a dog, whereas watercolor is like having a cat. I feel like that's such a great comparison, Passerine. I definitely do. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Though with watercolors, you really get that really delicate look. Well, yeah, but you can get that with oils as well. Like if you paint wet on wet and you do like a soft blending, you can get that beautiful soft look too. That's not, I don't feel like that's isolated to watercolors. But definitely it's got that translucent look. That's definitely true. So because I'm going over in gouache for the highlights, I'm not too fussed to like, you know, keep certain areas white, because I'm going to do the gouache highlights anyways. That's true. One of the basic rules is a technique that works best when layering. Use little color and then you gradually go darker with every layer. You can always darken more, but the opposite is difficult. That is definitely the key to watercolor, I feel. She's mischievous for sure, you are not wrong. I bet. She does look like she is, she really does. But like, a lovable little bundle, right? Have you had much damage from things she's like scratched up and stuff? Or has she been pretty good with that? Have you lucked out with like a Wonder Kitty that hasn't done too much damage? You got some plans for the stream. What are they? You're doing a small gouache painting before stream. You're going to give it away to a viewer during the stream. That is the plan. Well, that sounds awesome. Do you think you'll have time to finish it though? You've never used gouache before. How is it compared to other mediums? I don't like gouache very much, Mellors. Basically gouache can be, like you can water it down and use it similar to watercolors if you want to, but I think its more intended use is to be a really flat like paint. So it's sort of similar to like if you married watercolors and acrylics, and they had a child, it would be gouache. So basically gouache goes thicker than watercolor, but the downside of it is you can't like, I guess, mix it as smoothly as you can oil paint. So it does have limitations, but some people really love it. I am not one of those people. I am not a fan. That's just me, you know. Some people really do love their gouache paint. Like, if you are looking for a really inspiring artist that does a great job at gouache, go and look at Jo Cooper's work. She's unbelievable, and I feel like her work is definitely worth mentioning to anyone looking to be inspired with gouache. feel like I added some slight grey to his eyes as well. Not a whole lot, but I did. So I'd like to do the same here. So these are both of them laid out together, looking really, really happy. And I'm really glad that they've actually turned out very, very similar, so super happy about that. I'm gonna mix up some more green so I can lay a base for this hat over here. The hat's not gonna be green eventually, but I like to always set like an underlayer before I go darker. And I feel like that sort of just adds a bit of colour to what would normally be a grey or black object. I just like that. Answer if I'm comfortable, but where am I from? My accent is lovely and soothing. Everybody says that, and I don't know why. I'm from Australia, so I'm specifically from South Australia, in Adelaide. If watercolour and acrylic had a baby, you got gouache. You personally like it, you can paint lightly and add layers like watercolour, but it's also opaque and you can just cover over mistakes if needed. Exactly, that's a great explanation. You'd say it's easier than watercolors. I think I would agree with that, but I had a bit of a love-hate relationship getting into it, so yeah, wasn't too happy about that. Seems like a cool medium. Yeah, it definitely is. You watch one streamer that uses acrylic gouache, so does it have more of the acrylic genes? It really depends on how you want to use it, Malwars. Like, if you water it down a lot, you can basically mix watercolor with gouache and, you know, in the same painting, it would really not matter. Like, I use this gouache in all of my watercolor paintings, and if I water it down, it's exactly the same as my watercolor pretty much. But if you use it thick, it's more like acrylic, so it really depends how you want to use it. Thank you for the follow, Chromecast. Really appreciate that. Thank you. You believe so. You're no expert on gouache though. You just dabbled, but the results you made for the little effort you put in was so nice. Well, I'm really glad it paid off. You need to try it at some point. Yeah, I think, like, I think for everybody who, you know, doesn't have a bad experience with it, probably will like it. Uni kind of made me definitely hate gouache, because we had to paint a billion little squares, and we had to do them all uniform, and they had to be super smooth. And it just, by the end of it, I just really hated gouache, because I couldn't for the life of me get it smooth. You know, it was just so many squares. Only one thing she ate at the cable. She ate the cable through your rainbow light, but otherwise she's an angel in that aspect. She doesn't really scratch things. She has a scratch post which she actually is very well trained to use and tends to only attack her toys. Well, that sounds awesome. Sounds like you really did luck out. RPG Paul, thank you for the follow. You're gonna try going back to sleep. It was you were watching GDQ last night in their summer streaming event. I don't know what that is, but I hope you have a good rest, Scriber. Thank you. You used poster colors before and you hated it because it put thick paint strokes sometimes. and it gets reactivated with water and everything breaks off. Well, that is, yeah, that is the thing. Also, Meowers, I think acrylic gouache is a little bit different from just gouache. I feel like it's definitely got like a combination of acrylic and gouache in it. I haven't used it, so I can't really say, but I don't feel like it's the same. And also, like, those liquid acrylics you get are very different from normal acrylics that are a lot thicker. Uh, is that Slurpee? 51 Erpy? I feel like that's Slurpee. Thank you for the follow. You remember that poster colors are nightmares sometimes. Humpty Dumpty be fallen. Yeah, he's not in the greatest shape right now, but don't worry. He's gonna look alright pretty soon. He's gonna be heaps happier. So I'm gonna go over in pencils, but first I just want to finish adding the darker bits. I'm gonna mix up some black, and I'm probably gonna have to layer this a couple of times until I get to the right darkness. So I don't want to go too dark too quickly, but we'll see how we go. Alright, I'm gonna load up my sketch so that I can probably see what I was doing with poor Humpty. I'm gonna darken his eyes a little as well. Hello, Chromecast. I'm good, I'm good. How's your weekend been? Thank you. I'm glad you like the drawing. Will there also be an illustration where he's like broken into little pieces? There already is. I'll show you. There already is. Let me bring out the full Humpty sketch. So we've been working on a bunch of these for a while now. Just pull that out so I've got somewhere to put it. So this is the watercolor piece that I'm getting to the coloring stage. Will that actually not plop down? This here is page 1. So this is where Humpty is sort of being introduced. He's just chilling out on the wall. He's got his little bird friend. And over along the wall on the other side, there's a little girl greeting him. So I'm going to have the text on the open areas over here. But yeah, this is the start of my storybook, and hopefully eventually we'll, get the whole thing done. Yeah, it is a whole storybook. How do I feel about gouache palettes? I've never really used those, Slurpee. You'd say if you watered down gouache to the point where it's basically watercolor, you're not using it to its full potential. In that case, you may as well buy gouache. It's the mix between transparent and opaque, which is nice. You mean you may as well buy watercolor? Is that what you meant? I agree with you though, Randomness. I feel like, yeah, what's the point if you're doing it that way? I mean, you can, but why do it that way, right? GDQ is people speedrunning games, basically trying to beat a game with as little time as possible, either by using exploits and glitches or playing the game legitimately. Okay, got it. While poster colors is super vibrant, it often has terrible light fastness. You sadly will not have joy with your pieces for long, and that sucks, so always scan your works. I did not know that, Absinthe. I did not know. A high quality watercolor behaves the same as poster colors, but will not bleach if you don't expose it to direct sunlight. Yeah, exactly. So basically, this is page 1, and if I have enough room, I'll try and like fit everything in. This is the page where we've got the king's horses and the king's men being introduced. So we've just started doing the king's horses. They've sort of got a nice style to them, and one of the king's men we've done. But this one's still a work in progress. I've sort of put it on hold recently because I've moved on for a while to other projects, but you know, we'll get back to it. This is the page you were asking about. This one is Humpty being broken into 2 pieces. As you can see, poor Humpty's yoke is like completely running out. Feel so bad for him, but don't worry, the story is gonna have a happy ending. The King's Men, you love that. That is so good. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Meowers. So basically, if you open this page up, you are essentially breaking Humpty into 2. So I wanted to have that interactive element on this page. But yeah, both sides, just Humpty's shells and shards sort of spread all over the place. This was the page where I illustrated the piece that I'm working on now, so where are we? So if you guys can see, this is the drawing, and this is the watercolor piece that we're working on currently. So basically all 3 poses of Humpty just in the moment, you know, falling through. Children's stories can be gruesome. I know. Especially those older ones. I feel like they didn't really make them kid-friendly. So here we have Humpty falling off the wall for the first time. So he's met the spider, and the spider just wanted to greet him and say hello. But unfortunately, you know, Humpty had a bit of a fall and he's not doing too great. So basically just added a couple of different characters to bring him to life and show, you know, what the story's doing. But yeah, those are all the pages of the Humpty book so far. So we have to make some more progress on it soon. I am getting there. It's just a bit of a process. Got a lot of projects on at the moment, so eventually I will get am I just doing the Humpty Dumpty story, or will I be illustrating other ones? I will be. I have, if you go onto my Instagram page, I'll share a link. If you go onto my Instagram page, there's actually a picture of a little witch and a piglet, and I'm planning to do a full story about basically Prudy the pig and Phoebe the witch. So we'll get there. Once I finish this book, there's going to be like plenty others. If Humpty Dumpty dies north of the wall, will he become an egg white walker? Who knows? Who knows? I feel like that's a very likely possibility. I really do. So I'm going to go one shade darker for the hat as well. And guys, I feel like we're at the stage now where we can basically start shading Humpty. You know, he's got all the beautiful colors that we want in him, and yeah, I think we're at a good stage where we can start coloring him. There's this kid's story you have to animate in internship. It's about a boastful cabbage, and it ends with a cabbage being beheaded and sold in the market. Oh dear. That sounds so gruesome. So gruesome. Do you have the title to that storybook? There's an occasional glitch. Refreshing might help. Okay, what's the glitch? Oh, like, does it freeze? Well, hopefully it works itself out. But anyways, we are going to get started on adding the details back in. So I will do... Actually, I'm just going to take a quick picture. I always love to take a picture of my work in this stage before I start, you know, adding sketches, like line work to it and everything. So just helps me see what a difference it makes. Like, I love seeing that before and after. Shading over watercolor is one of your favorites. I know. It just brings the whole piece to life. That's what I love so much about it. So guys, if you have a spare moment, please go and check out the Artist Takeover. I've shared a bunch of details of it on my Twitter account. If you've got any questions about joining it, like the next time it runs, please send me a message and I'll direct you how to get in contact with Kimmy, and she will help you out from there. She's amazingly helpful, and such a sweet person. So I definitely would recommend trying to take part in the Artist Takeover if you have a chance. If you're a streamer and you do art, please give it a go. I definitely had a lot of fun meeting new people in this Artist Takeover, so I feel like you would too. Geninator, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, how are you? Guys, can we please have a shout out for Jen? Is that one N? Thank you, Tova. Thank you. Guys, please go check out Geninator's stream. Were you doing an art stream as well? Hello, Darkest. How are you? Are you feeling a little bit better? Where's the Artist Takeover? Passerin, if you DM Kimmy, she's in the chat right now. DM Kimmy or send me a whisper and I will send you a link to her Twitter account where you can contact her. Guys, please tell us, what was Jen doing on her stream? If you want to drop a link to your socials, Jen, that would be amazing as well. You have a dog on your lap, you can't type. That's no worries. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and share a link to your socials. We are very happy you're here. We are just working on a Humpty Dumpty piece today, which is part of one of my children's storybooks. And it's one of the second pages or second illustrations I've colored. So we're slowly getting there. It's taking a while, but Progress is slow, but progress will happen. I'm positive. Fluffball and Jess and Dan, thank you so much for the follow, and you too, Jen, thank you very much. You have to run. He needs to pee. Happy you found me. No worries, Jen. So happy you found me too. I have to check out your stream. Guys, if you would like to join our Discord, please do so. I just dropped a link in chat. We love to share people's work on my stream. You know, a bunch of us just keep creative throughout the week. We share our work on the Discord. We motivate each other to stay creative. So if you'd like to be part of that group, please share your work with us. Weathered Machine and Kabiza, thank you so much for the follow, and you too, Outernet. Thank you so much, guys. Jenny was doing a watercolor timed art request. Oh my goodness, what was she painting? Do tell. I love watercolor. How very fitting. You know, I always try to find, when I'm reading, I try to find someone using the same medium as I do. Like, it's not always possible, but I do my best, and I always feel like it's so fitting when you get to read someone who's using the same medium as you are. Dover! Earth without art is just A. I feel like that was supposed to be an eh, not an A, but whatever. That's humanoid voice for you, right? That's humanoid voice. Thank you so much for those bits, Dover. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. You believe it was a subscriber XCOM's character. Is that like an alien? A, not art. I know. It doesn't know how to do a good job, does it? So confused. So I love, if you guys know me, you will know that I love using my blender. It's like my best friend. I am a massive fan of using a blender. Humpty has such a cute chin. Don't you just love characters with cute plump chins? I do. Kabiza, thank you so much for the cheer. 100 bits, thank you. Really, really appreciate that. My use and suggestion of a blender tool completely changed your art. Love those tools. Well, I'm glad I could help. I'm glad. My droid speaks very softly. I don't know. I'll have to... Oh, it's the first time we had the droid talking, so I'm gonna have to make him speak a little louder, you know, make him speak up. Jen sometimes streams playing XCOM while the team based on her subscribers' self-descriptions. The characters was one of them. That is so cool. Well, how very fitting of her to actually, you know, illustrate one of those characters. I have to see this piece. I really do. Jen, if you would like to drop a link to your socials, please go ahead so we can all check out your art. I don't know if I have exactly the same greens, like a very, very slight difference. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky today. You know, who knows? Jen's socials aren't safe for terms of service. Oh, okay. That's alright then, don't worry about it. You suspect Jen's dog has dragged her far from the stream now, and yep, there's a lot of not safe for work. No worries. She's probably gone. Normally she ends stream when her dog simply absolutely has to go right now. Oh my goodness. What happens if she's just a little too late? I don't want to know. That doesn't seem like a great approach to me. Seems like a risky business, you know. Much barking and huffing and stomping of the paws. I bet. Pets can be so distracting on streams. I have a pet parrot called Zazu, and there are some days when I'm streaming, especially when he's outside, and you can just hear him in the background, just like screaming his head off. It's ridiculous. Like, it is so loud. And there's not really much I can do about that. Except hope that he quiets down, you know. That's about as much as I can do. Thanks for sharing the link to Zazu, Doma. When did I get my parrot? You fear you're too old to get one given their lifespans. That's true, Kabiza. I got mine a couple years ago, so I think he's about 6 years old now. And he will live till I'm like 55 years old, so that's a pretty long time. I reckon 50 or 60-ish. So yeah, they live a very, very long time, and it's like, yeah, it is quite a thought process when you want to get one. To make sure that, you know, you either have something in place, like who's going to take care of the bird once you no longer can, because yeah, definitely, they live a very, very long time. But yeah, there's ones that live like a couple of hundred, like, well, about 100 years old. So yeah, if you get one of those and, you know, you're already in the middle of your lifespan, you're definitely going to have to think about like who's going to take care of that bird when you no longer can, you know. Not something that you think about when getting a dog or a cat, really. Because they live so much shorter. But yeah, with birds, it's definitely a tricky process. Since birds are such social creatures too, who get attached to their owner unless they got their own circle of other birds to socialize with, a bird can die of a broken heart if their owner dies before them. That is so true, Random. And like, I feel like a great way to make sure that your pet doesn't like have that sudden loss would be like before, if you feel like your time's sort of running out, not to put it like too dark, but get someone else to start like gradually taking care of it if you can, like if that's possible, and that way the bird can sort of get used to, you know, the other person. But yeah, definitely it's really rough on them. You're sure there are also parrots with a shorter expiry span, or get a used one? That's a great idea too, Absent. Like if you feel like you'll outlive your parrot, just get one that's in the middle of its life, you know. Big Frank and one Y in DM, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Lurking in chat, and you hear about lifespans of animals. One of your kittens passed away recently. For those who want pets, losing a pet is hard. Try to assure you have people around you you can go to for support when the day comes. It hurts. Yeah, Ma, it's so rough. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, it's like a massive life pivotal point. Like, yeah. If you've had a pet for a very long time, even if you haven't, like, even pets you haven't had for a long time can make such a massive impact on you. That is so true. Don't underestimate the way it feels to lose a pet. Because, yeah, it can break you. It really can. But you know, we give them such a great life. We've got to remember that, like, what we give them is precious and special, and we give them so much love and care and a safe place to live. So try to hold on to the life you gave them, you know, the happiness they had because of you. And try to feel good about that, because I feel like in those moments, remembering that really helps. Doesn't take away the hurt, but it does really help that side of things. A used parrot. Well, that's one way to put it, right? What you do, worrying how to take care of the bird when you're old, what the bird says in the meantime, what you're doing. Exactly. Zach! Oh my goodness, Zach! Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for the resub. Really appreciate that. Yeah, we're actually doing a nighttime stream today, Zach, which is pretty out of the ordinary for me, but the reason for doing it is because we are doing a raid train today, and so basically we've had a couple of different artists raid us, and we are currently on our way to raid another artist pretty soon, so very exciting. If you want to find out more about it, check my Twitter account. I've shared a bunch of information about it there, or if you're interested in taking part in the raid train, send me a message and I can send you a link to contact Kimmy, who's been so kind to organize all of this for us. So give a huge thanks to her, just for, if you've been on the raid train or have enjoyed watching a couple of artists, all of this is because of her organization, so please give a huge thanks to her. You've been bringing art streams, binging art streams lately since you got back into carving masks, plus your wife adores painting. What kind of masks do you paint, Big Frank? That sounds super cool. You've 20 cats currently, the 21st kitty a kitten. Not too old, it's yeah, exactly. Thank you for following, Sarah Lou. Yay for Kimmy, exactly. You also found out recently that ravens actually can talk. Harry didn't make that stuff up, they're actually capable of speech. That is so true, yeah. Like, they're very smart. That's definitely not just a fantasy fairy tale. I don't think they talk as clearly as parrots do, but they do talk. And if you guys are interested in hearing Zazie talk, you should check out one of the clips. I think this week we had a clip of him talking. It should be labeled like Zazu talking or something. But a couple people clipped him talking recently and it's pretty cute. So if you want to hear him talking, we do have some clips of little Zazu on stream and I probably will show him to you guys before we raid. So if you want to stick around for the end of the stream, you will be able to catch the little Zazu on stream. So Zach, how have you been? It's been a while since we caught each other's streams. You're doing alright, finally done with teaching and work for the summer. Well, that's awesome. Do you get some time off to paint now? You're mastering carving traditional Japanese NOH masks. Also, your wife paints on velvet. Really? Like, is that, like, you mean velvet material? That is pretty cool. That is super cool. If you want to share some of your work in our Discord, Big Frank, please go ahead. I just dropped a link there. A bunch of us love to share our work on Discord and just keep each other motivated during the week. So if you would like to join us, that would be wonderful. We'd be very happy to see some of your mask painting. And also if your wife wants to share some of her work on there as well, we'd love to have a look at what she does. Ravens are smart, I know. I feel like people really underestimate them. You know, it's like people don't really realize how much they're capable of. Sorry you were absent. You went to make lunch. No worries, Kimmy. Kimmy, if you would like to just give an explanation to everybody here, like exactly what the artist takeover is about, please go ahead. And that way, everybody here, if they're interested in taking part, they know that they can contact you, or like, you know, they know a little bit more about what it's about. Like my understanding, as if I put this correctly, is basically so artists on Twitch can be a little bit more like appreciated. We don't have a lot of exposure, so the idea behind it is to help us sort of, you know, get artists out there on Twitch, like give us a little bit more exposure, and also have our viewer families meet each other. So, you know, all of us have our own little communities, and sometimes it's really nice when those communities can overlap, you know. Sometimes it's very helpful. I find a ton of great artists through raids, so. You've been lurking too, tidying your room, eating pizza, and getting ready. Well, that's awesome, Drago, because we're gonna raid you soon. Do you have an idea of what you're going to be streaming? The art community is so underrated, so you thought about this event to try and basically take over and show off what we have to offer. Essentially it is an artist raid train. We want to spread the love and connect communities, so this is a great way to show off, a great way to do so. Hang on, chat just moves whenever I'm reading. I hate that. You stream and show off what you got, have a good time, and yeah, enjoy yourself. Host each other throughout the day, and join the raid allows you to connect and meet new people. Exactly, guys. So if you're interested in joining the raid train that Kimmy just talked about, please go and yeah, get in touch with her. Contact her on Discord and whatever. Would be great for you to join her raid train. What time do I normally stream? So normally it's 12 p.m. my time. So if you check my schedule, I feel like I have shared it. There we go. If you check my schedule page, that should convert it to your time zone for you. But yeah, from my time zone, it is 12 p.m. during the day. So I know for a bunch of you guys, it's probably a really hard time to make. But you know, sometimes I find myself at late nights, up till 3 a.m. and I'm bored and I want to watch a streamer. So you never know. You know, I may still see some of you guys, even if it's not really fitting for your time zone. 5 a.m. your time, cool. Well, we go for like 4 hours-ish, depending, give or take. So, it really depends, like, what time do you get up? Nearly or even past bedtime for you always. I'm so sorry, Dover. I'm so sorry. Such cool and chill vibes here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Gillis Bone. How are you and where are you from? Feel free to introduce yourself. Gillis Bone, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Very happy to have you part of the group. Brandon, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate that. Thank you. Well, we're making good progress, guys. I'm not hopeful that we're going to finish during this stream, so I may have to finish this up during another stream because we've got about 15 minutes to go and then we are raiding Drago. So that would be awesome, guys. So Drago was here a while ago and he said he had a great idea for his stream, but I don't know. He's keeping it secret from the sounds of it, keeping it secret. You're an illustrator from Malta living in the UK and you'll be the final boss during the artist takeover, the browser of this Mario World adventure. Well, that sounds awesome. If I can stay awake till then, I'm very definitely sticking around, but if I can't, I will definitely be watching your VOD. I've still made amazing progress. Thank you, Drago. Thank you. You should probably go live soon. definitely do, because we are about to raid you in like, what, less than 15 minutes. So I hope you have a great painting planned. I'm sure you do. We're very excited to send everyone over there pretty soon. So I just said you just said your cat is mischievous. I am not wrong. She just came over and took a chunk out of your sandwich. Was it a meat sandwich or what? Oh gosh, oh gosh. Getting that? Well, good. I'm curious to see what you're painting soon, Jago. Really, really curious. That's gonna be awesome. This is the best part about this artist takeover, guys, is the fact that you get to see such a diverse variety of art, and also, like, you're meeting artists like that are new to Twitch, that have been on Twitch for a while, that, you know, are full-time streamers or just like do it for a hobby. You're meeting like a large variety of different artists, all very passionate about what they do, or they wouldn't be part of a raid train. Kimmy's cat be like, yeah. You are, and you'll still be offline watching me while... You mean randomies while you're setting up? I always love putting a Twitch streamer on when I set up. I feel like it... I don't know, it helps get me in the flow of streaming, and also, like, just... It's a nice place to hang out, and it sort of breaks the silence as well, you know. I really enjoy that. Well, I feel like I'm gonna have to do another run over with watercolor on his face, but I won't be doing that on this stream. I'll be doing that after the stream because he just is a little too pale still. So normally it's really hard to know, is the graphite gonna do enough, is it not? But it's just a bit of a touch and go process. But I'm really surprised we got this far, guys. Really, really surprised. I'm gonna just, before we go, it's so close, we've got about 10 minutes, and then we are gonna do a raid. So I'm gonna do the wash highlights on his face, just before we go. So we'll start by adding just a little highlight here, and another one here. And I'm gonna give him a beautiful little shine on his nose. You did already say that my sweater is cool, you like it, and it looks so good on me. Thank you, Darkest. It's really comfy, I can tell you that. And right now, while it's winter, I really, really love comfy, so anything comfy is a tick in my book. It helps when you get into the mood of talking and getting into the mindset. You are with me on that. Exactly. I think a lot of people don't realize that. It can be really tricky. Like, sometimes, some days you just don't, your head just isn't in the game, and it's like, you want to stream, but you just don't know why, and it just doesn't happen. So it really helps when, like, you have a group of supportive people who sort of get your head in that game, I guess. Favorite art streamers to watch? So I'm just trying to add a couple of little highlights to his hat, just because it's pretty dark. And we want to go slightly lighter than that. So guys, we are probably heading to the end of the stream, because we've got about 5 minutes left and then we're gonna raid Drago. So I will show you guys up close. Thank you so much for the 100 bits, Darkest. Really, really appreciate that. It's just a little bit of bits, but here is some artist to artist love. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really should turn up our bot. I have made so much progress. Thank you, Kimmy. I feel like we could have made more, but hey, it's only been, what, 2 hours? So yeah, I feel like it's a pretty good job. Oh, Dover, thank you so much for the cheer. Really, really, really appreciate that. Thank you. So guys, we are finished with this piece for now. Like, obviously I have a bit of work to do, left to do on it, but hey, it's about 5 minutes to go before we go visit Drago. So I feel like it's a great time to show you guys some of the other work that I did. So here we go. I will show you some of my oil paintings. This is some of the work that I do when I'm not doing watercolor. And I love my oil paintings. These are the 3 freaky friends. So we've got Grim Reaper, we've got her who's gone out Halloweening, trick-and-treating, and we've got the Pumpkin Reaper as well. So this one is going to be up as a print in my store fairly soon. It's very, very small. But yeah, once I glaze it, I'm going to put that one up in my store. Then we've also got one of my favorites. This one is called the Arachnid's Choreography. So we've basically got the little spider creating fairy floss as the girl spins in circles, and they're a happy little duo. So this one is also very, very close to being finished fairly soon. I hate how my camera just spazzes out and you guys can't see all the details, but hey, at least I can show you guys. this one is my acrylic painting. So this one is called Welcome to Earth, and it is about a little alien who came to Earth, and she was a little lost, so she made some woodland friends. So there's a little tiny little bird. I mean, look how tiny this little guy is, guys. It's about the size of my finger. He is so tiny. Oh, Potty! Hello! I know, Potty, I wanted to play in the Draft Cup too. I'm so sorry. I signed up for like the second one in this month, so yeah. But I missed it too. I hope it was great games. I really do. The bird. Okay, let us show the bird, guys. And then we are raiding. Hey, do you want to come on stream? Everybody wants to say hello. Let's say hello. There we go. So I will switch to full cam so you guys can properly see him. This here is little Zazu, guys. He is so cute. He's my little studio muse. Pretty grumpy right now because he just woke up from sleep. But hey, he's graced us with his presence at this late hour. So we should all feel very, very happy. Alright, I need to figure out how to type Drago's name because it's pretty hard. It's a pretty long one. He's beautiful? Thank you. Yeah, he's gorgeous. Do you hear that? You're beautiful. Yeah, you're beautiful. Alright. So guys, we are about to raid Drago. Drago is also part of the artist raid that we're doing today, so I would really, really appreciate it if you guys could show Drago some love. Basically, you know, spend some time there, you know, follow all the other artists in the raid train. That would be super, super awesome. Kimi, do you reckon Drago is ready for the raid? Speak soon too, Potty. Yeah, I'll see you around. I definitely will. Alright. So guys, usually what we do before we do a raid, we type in our raid message. So you can either type in that one, and we have another one as well. So feel free to copy and paste both of those messages if you're ready. That will be super awesome. Aritha, hello! You just made the end of the stream. We're about to do a raid, so follow us along. We're raiding Drago right now, guys. Let us go. So share some love, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. See you later.